Hello and welcome to Finn's Auburn Breakdown, Episode 2. Today I'm here with Ellis Navarre from the freshman class. Pleasure to have you on the show today, Ellis.
Thank you.
Today is an all-exclusive basketball, pretty much only episode. We're talking about the game against Auburn, Vermont, our season opener. The first, I just want to get a little bit back into Auburn and Vanderbilt. First loss to Vanderbilt in a while. Just wasn't a great game all along. I mean, I expected better, though. Once again, this is Auburn we're talking about. You can't expect much. It wasn't a great game, though. Pavia, again, beat us last year at home. I just wasn't expecting much. Jarquez Hunter had only 50 yards after almost having 300 last game. I mean, that's just not something you really want to see. Vanderbilt held him incredibly well. Next, we're going into the basketball for the rest of the episode. SEC had a bunch of top 10 schools. Like, I'm sure you knew that, Ellis.
Yeah.
I know you're not a huge college basketball fan, but you have played basketball for a while. We're seeing teams like Texas lose to Ohio State, 13 Texas A&M lose to UCF, and then South Carolina lost to North Florida.
Yeah.
They are 0-30 against SEC teams for a while. Now, Auburn and Vermont, I tasked you this week to watch the Auburn game or at least look at the highlights.
Yeah.
Tell me what you saw from that game.
Just Auburn destroying the whole time, keeping control of the ball, making all their shots.
Yeah, we did shoot incredibly well. 54% from field goal and 45% from three. I mean, that alone just shows how much of a sharpshooter team we are. I mean, we only had 36 points in the paint. All the rest of them were from either behind the arc or slightly inside. The one thing I do think we need to work on is free throw line. We were 6 of 11. I mean, all along, that's just not great. You don't win many games with that. And that's also what killed us against Yale last year. And Vermont plays a lot like Yale. I mean, you saw the Yale game last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't pretty for us, though. This team, it really reminds me a lot of them. I think they play nearly like them. But 94-43, final score. We absolutely destroyed Vermont. And they're not a bad team. They played against Duke in the tournament, only lost by 4. I mean, this isn't terrible. Who else have you seen this game that you think played well?
Definitely Miles Kelly with those 5 threes in a row.
Yeah, Miles Kelly had an incredible game. 5 threes in a row. Let's see what his total scores was. He had 21 total points, 7 and 11 for field goal, 7 for 9 from 3. There's not much more you can ask for.
Yeah.
Freshman, first night opening at Auburn. That's an incredible game for him right there. Once again, like our team this game, we had an incredible play out. I mean, looking at the stat line right now, we played so well. Janai Broom's the only one who we really expected more. Our big man down low, All-American third team. But every time he got the ball, Vermont knew how to double team.
Yeah.
They were all up on him like white on rice. Only 12 points for him. Though after that, we did have to rely on Dylan Cardwell. Chad Baker-Mazara played a really well first half. Though I do think that Miles Kelly was the star of the show.
Definitely.
Anything else you saw from our game?
Just keeping control of the ball, making sure everybody had the chance to get the ball in their position
Yeah.
to be able to make plays.
I mean, like you were saying, Tahad Pettiford, he had a really quiet game. Not sure he had any points, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Though he was projected to be giant coming in. Though his first game, not an amazing showing, but he did have a good one. You know, he had 4 assists, like you were saying, passing the ball, giving everybody around. Pretty good point guard. I still think he had a decent game. Other point guard, J.P. Pegues, did not miss, though he didn't take many shots either, only 8 points of the game. I just think we played incredibly well. It's an awesome season opener. Do you think this game will prepare us for taking on Houston next week?
Definitely, especially if to make all the free throws at the line.
Yeah, free throw line. Big point in the game there against Yale and against Bama last year. We had a chance to make 2 to win, but we did not. I mean, free throws, it's not great for us. It's definitely our Achilles heel of the team. And we're a really deep team. We have not as many seniors as we did last year. Most of them graduated, though we are getting a bunch of coming in freshmen who are rising up to the challenge, like Miles Kelly, Todd Pettiford. Actually, Miles Kelly, it's a transfer from Georgia Tech. But either way, first-year Auburn player, I think they had a great game. I heard his interview after the game. He said that all he did was make the shots. He, like you were saying earlier, the team's just passing the ball around. I mean, that's really what makes the difference in the game. Now, anything else that you want to put in, any final words that you have to say about the game in general?
They just are really good at finding the open man.
Definitely. Like when you're playing basketball, I know you're a three-point shooter. We always try to find you wide open. I mean, that's what they were doing with Miles Kelly this game. Passing the ball to him when he was hot after the play, and he made 5 in a row. You could see Denver Jones getting a towel, cooling him off. I mean, Auburn's just such a great team bonding. everything like that. And I think we will have a great season this year. Well, thanks again for watching Finn's Auburn Breakdown for this week. Next week, we're going to talk about the game on Houston. Not sure what our special guest will be next week, but we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you later. Thanks, Ellis. Pleasure for you to be on the podcast. Hope to send you back to your religion class, and Miss Riley won't be too mad.
Thank you for inviting me.